Hi friends, it's Claire from ScrappyNerdUK and welcome to episode 13 of Alpha Attack. So what I've done here, I've got this X&O paper from the Main Squeeze collection from Crate Paper, and I'm just going to use that as my background, my backing paper. And I've cut down 1 inch off of each side of this thin piece of white cardstock. And I'm just going to ruffle the edges all the way around just to give that some texture. It just looks a bit flat otherwise. I needed a white area to lay my thickers on for this one. So I've had this idea floating around in my head for a while, and I've decided that I'm going to bring it into my Alpha Attack series. So I had this thought of doing a noughts and crosses theme. So I'm just marking out here the noughts and crosses board, and I'm just making sure that the lines that I'm going to create are even distance. So I start with just using my T-square ruler to draw a straight line and doing it in the opposite direction as well. And then when I've done that, I am going to go and do some messy lines. That looked a bit too small, so I just moved it up a little bit. There we go. And yeah, I'm just going to come back in and just do some freehand messy lines on this as well. I go crazy, look, with this pen, because I want them to be a bit more distinct. But thinking about when you draw your own noughts and crosses board, it looks a lot more freehand than what it looks like with a ruler. So I'm happier with the messy lines. So I've pulled out a whole load of pinks and golds for this, and I'm just going through my packets of thickers, and I'm just finding any X's and O's or zeros to include on this. So the layout will look, when it's finished, the layout will look like there's X's going in a straight line and then O's in the opposite corner. So I plan to fill up pretty much the whole page with different elements. So that photograph that I've pulled there, it's the only photograph I've got of my great nan. So I wanted to get it scrapped in a special way, and so I decided to use it on this layout. And yeah, just going through my packets of thickers. Now, as per my one of my last videos, if you don't have this many thickers, then don't worry. What you can do is you can use stamps. So you could use stamps in the same way as this. You could also use flat stickers as well. So if you have 12 by 12 sheets with stickers on, if you have the little simple stories sticker sheets, you could use those. So you don't have to have loads and loads of thickers in order to be able to do this. And if you want to mix and match some more colours in, then go ahead. I've just chosen to stick with pink and gold because I have lots of packs of thickers, so I have multiple choice in terms of what I can use on this. So that's all of the X's and the O's down on the page, and I love the design that that's created. So next I'm going to back my photo, and I keep it really, really simple. So I'm just going through this paper pad. This is the Hello Love Crate Paper one. And I'm just going to back my photo onto that black and white, because I'm going to introduce some more black into the layout at the end as well. And just a simple trim around the edge of the photo. And then I'm just measuring up that pink one just to make sure it's going to fit inside the box. And this is a great way as well if you wanted to do a multi-photo layout, because you'll have plenty of boxes available to include some more photos. For me, it's just going to be this one photo. And I want to give it some height, so I'm just popping some foam adhesive onto the back and then peeling off the backing, and that is just going to go straight into that square. And there's nothing further I need to do with the photo. So next, I've already assigned that left box for the title, and I had these thicker words in my stash, which I haven't counted in my alpha count. Anything in my alpha count, I've only just gone with the single letters. So any accents, any hearts, any stars, anything like that, any words, I haven't included. I feel like I'd be cheating otherwise. And I found this title, Hugs and Kisses, which worked brilliantly for the X's and O's. And next I just add in some of these gold foam hearts as well to give it some embellishments. So next, something you rarely see me doing is journaling. I had this space at the bottom, and I didn't just want to create this layout. Quite often photos don't really have a story that goes with them. Obviously sometimes you have got events that you can journal loads about, but sometimes photos are just don't require any or much journaling at all, and I do find that quite often, where I can look at a photo and I can't really sort of bring much of a story to it. It's just a photograph that I wanted to scrap. But this photo here is the only one that I know of, the only photograph that I know of my great nan, and it's got my nan in the photo as well. And it's not the best photo. The photo had a huge thumb mark on the right hand side, so I had to cut it down to a smaller size photo anyway to use it. My great nan's got her eyes closed in the photo, so as I said, it's not the best photo, but it is the only photograph that I've got of her. So for me, it was important to get it scrapped, so it had a place in my albums. So I just wanted to say in my journaling that it is the only photograph I've got. It's not the best quality, but the photograph just depicts her in her favourite place, surrounded by her family. And yeah, so that's the journaling in the bottom box. And then I decide that I need to move the black around the page a bit more, because we've got a lot of pink and gold going on. The black's quite heavy at the bottom there, but not really featured in many of the other spots on the layout. So I decided to bring in some Tim Holtz tiny word stickers I went with the black ones to help move that black colour around the page. And I just pulled a few sentiments that were nice and that were relevant for this page, and I added two on up in that top box where the hearts are, and then one over the photo, and then one in this bottom left box to create that visual black triangle. So this is the layout finished. Oh, apart from a few puffy heart stickers. So thank you very much for joining me for episode 13. I hope you've enjoyed this and it's inspired you. If it has, please give it a massive thumbs up. Leave me any comments down below. I love reading them. And if you're new, don't forget to subscribe. And there's the alpha count, 759. And I'll see you all very, very soon. Bye.